another token Rambu ride line, and the trial deck boss units for Monster Strike. So let's begin, but first, like always, cards in the last few days. We start off with Setsu Zamonji, Grade 2, tank power and skills. Auto, when this unit is placed on Guardian, cost. Discard a card from your hand, this unit gets plus 10k shield until the end of that battle. Don't bother with this one, and it's a grade 2. I don't think you really want to use this for a grade 2 lineup, even if it's D-era. Next, Tombokiri, grade 3, 13k power and skills. Count rearguard, during your turn, this unit gets plus 2k power. Well, 15k attacker is pretty nice, but second skill is actually pretty good. Auto rearguard, once per turn, when this unit is rested by a cost, stand this unit. Definitely really good in the Cousin deck, because that deck focuses on resting your rearguards for power. So being able to reuse some of those units is actually pretty nice. Next, Manayoshi Sadamune, grade 1, 7k power and skills. Count, back row rearguard. When this unit gets power from a trigger effect, double the value of the increase. This is not too bad. It could become a big booster, and if there's a token Rambu deck that involves attacking with the back row, well, this of course will be really good. The only gripe is that it has to be in the back row, so if you have nothing in the front, this is actually pretty useless, but decent nonetheless. Next, Hyuga Masamune, grade 1, 8k power and skills. Auto, when this unit is placed on rearguard, if your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, look at the top card of the deck, put it at the top or bottom. Definitely made for the OTT style deck, but this card is generic anyway, so you can play this in any token Rambu deck just to see if you have your triggers or not. So definitely recommendable. And then we go to a pair, Mutsunokami Kanesada, grade 2, tank power and skills. Auto rearguard, when this unit attacks while boosted, cost counterblast 1 until the end of the battle, this unit gets plus 5k power, and then when boosted by Horikawa Kunihiro, when your opponent would call cards from their hand, they must call 2 or more at the same time. Of course, a Battledore effect. Although this one's not too bad, it just has to be boosted by a specific unit, which the next one isn't that great to be honest. Because his partner, Horikawa Kunihiro, grade 1 8k power, has a skill of, when this unit boosts a token Tanshi Ukanahita unit, costs. Soul Blast 1, discard a card from your hand to draw a card, and if it boosts this unit gets plus 5k power until the end of the turn. So yeah, this one's kind of lackluster compared to his partner, but both of them need each other for full power, so if there's a token Rambu deck that actually can synergize for pairing up the two cards, that would be nice. And in the last pairing, the first one will be Ukanahita, which is a grade 2 tank power, and its skills. Auto rearguard, when this unit attacks while not boosted, cost, discard 2 cards from your hand, choose one of your units with greater power than this unit, and then change this card's power to that unit plus 5k. So basically how this works is that when it attacks while not being boosted, you can pay your costs, and then you change this card's power but plus 5k higher to one of your other units, which can actually be decent in their Cousin deck because your Cousin deck will be resting in a bunch of your rear guards for power, which will make your front row units very unlikely to get boosted, and of course this card can build up its power from there. But honestly, for its costs, I wouldn't really recommend it. Then, Sumaru, grade 2, tank power and skills. Auto, when this unit is placed on rearguard, cost, counterblast 1, look at top 7 cards from your deck, choose one Ukanahita from among them, and add it to your hand. But if you cannot add a card, countercharge 1. So basically, this card lets you search your partner from the top 7, but if you couldn't search it, you can just refund that cost. It's okay, but I've been noticing a pattern. What's with all these pairings being grade 2s? Seriously, build an archetype that actually revolves around pairings. And now to the Tuesday stream, we of course start off with the ride line. Here's your starter, Mutsunokami Yoshiyuki. Then into the grade 1 is basically his name, and then with Sento just like the other ones, which of course is a grade 1 with 8k power, and its skill, when rolled upon by his grade 2 self, which will have Toku in its name, choose one of your opponent's back row rear guards and retire it. If you're not able to retire, soul charge 1. Not too bad. Second skill, during your turn it gets plus 2k power, because of course. And then to Toku, which is grade 2 10k power, with its skill, auto when rolled upon by his grade 3 self, which will have Kwame, cost Soul Blast 1, choose one of your opponent's back row rear guards and retire it. If you're unable to retire, draw a card. I wish that it doesn't have these back row retire restrictions, but this is okay. Second skill, during your turn it gets plus 2k power. Make something unique already with the rear guard skills, please. And then to the grade 3, which will of course be him with Kwame in its name, which is a grade 3 with 13k power and skills. Count Vanguard, if your opponent does not have any back row rear guards, this unit gets plus 2k power on both players' turns. This is not too bad, just really wish that it doesn't really focus on retiring just the back row. But its second skill, Auto Vanguard, when this card attacks, cost combo +1, choose one of your opponent's rear guards in the back row and retire it. Then for each open back row rear, this unit gets +5k power until the end of that battle. So yeah, just like some Kagero Narukami type archetypes, for every open rear guard, you get more power. In this case, this one only focuses on the back row, but I really wish that it actually gets a bonus skill if you're able to nuke everything in the back row. You know, usually it gets an extra crit, or gives you extra draw. You know, just to make you feel like you actually achieved something. But I would say this is okay. And then for the Monster Strike Trial Deck boss cards, let's start off with the first one. True Sacred Sword of Bonds Excalibur. Grade 3, 13 power and skillless. Count Vanguard. During the battle that this card attacks, this unit gets +10k power. Free power just for attacking. That already is pretty good. Second skill. Auto Vanguard. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if you Persona Ride this turn, cost kind of +1, discard a card, choose one of your rear guards and stand it. This is not too bad, it's similar to Bastion. The only gripe, you have to Persona Ride. That's it. You have to Persona Ride to use this second skill. But in that, I would say this is a pretty powerful beat stick for your Vanguard. And then for the second Trial Deck boss card, La Place Demon of Casualty. Grade 3, 13 power and skills. Auto Vanguard. When this boosted unit attacks a Vanguard, cost kind of +1, so +1, choose 3 of your opponent's rear guards and retire them. Damn, that's pretty nasty. A little bit high costed, but still pretty nasty. Second skill. If you Persona Ride this turn, cost discard a card from your hand, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards, and change its power to 0 until the end of turn. Definitely better than Excalibur, because unlike Excalibur where it's all just power, and its main skill is pretty much the Persona Ride unless they do something about building up power for your Vanguard for that deck, La Place could at least do some control every single turn. But I would still say it is kinda a little too early, as we only pretty much got one card for each archetype, so we do need to wait until we see more support cards for their archetypes. But so far I will say La Place is better. So that's it for this stream. What do you guys think about the Yoshiyuki ride line? I mean, yeah, most of Token Ranbu just plays similar to other clans or archetypes in general, and this one's not much different, but I would say it's okay. But the Monster Strike stuff, Excalibur so far is pretty boring to me, but La Place, pretty interesting. Hopefully they get good support. But other than that, have a nice day.